Okay, back to the game. Alright, in this part of the video, I'm going to discuss how I've made the wasps. So, I'm going to just go through the process of how I've made the wasps. So, showing my understanding with creating assets within using the drawing tools. So, it's part of Flash CS 5.5. And also, as well as just making the assets in general, making them animated too. Okay, making them animated and making them like fly down as well, like using the actions script free. Okay, so basically what I did here, I'll demonstrate. I dragged down the rectangular tool and I selected oval, and I dragged along to make a circle. I will change it to this and give the nice shape. Give it a nice bright vibrant yellow and make that a lovely black. Okay. And then use the line tool as well. Look like raindrops, don't they? They're not like sort of a line. Actually they are. Yeah, so as you can see here, this is the stinger at the end. I know the stinger is like ridiculously massive, but it's all a part of the simple design because I focused on the coding rather than the game. So we're going to get the fill tool, select black in the properties, and basically go into that little gap, and it basically fills it. And what was interesting, all I did was for the stripe is make very thick lines. Oh, that's too thick. It's too thick. And so that fills as well. And that was how I made the body of the bee. Now is to make the wings. And this is where it gets... Oh, I'll group this first. So I got that and I grouped it. And all I did was press Control G, or undo that, go on the Modify tab and press Group, which is right at the bottom. So when it wasn't grouped originally, I was only picking up the fill or the line. So it's better to group things that you have created. That way it just won't break apart. For what you're trying to move just breaks. Okay, so move on to the wings. I basically made very... Oops. So, Control G again, group them, so it's aligned. Control T to transform, and I've rotated this at minus 30 degrees. Oops. I pressed play by accident. Right, what was it? There. So that's one wing. This was also how you made the bee as well, not just the wasps. Like the wasps, I went through the same process. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this and paste it by pressing Control C to copy, and Control V to paste. You know, the old cliche. And 30, right, minus 0. Right, so I'm gonna have to rotate this to 60 degrees. Oops. I've done it again. Okay. So that's the wings. Okay. So we're gonna want to copy this. So Control C, and we're going to want to convert this into a symbol, but this time we're going to convert it to a movie clip, because we don't want to change it to a button, because it's not going to interact with any way, shape or form. And since I've gave it the name as B, so I'm going to call it B. Okay, so when you double click on this symbol, then you get all these layers over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a blank keyframe in there, in the number 5. Insert another blank keyframe within another 5 frames. Oops, 1 minute, I'll just add another frame in there. And deduct this. So how I'm changing, alright, that's another thing. To add frames, you press F5. To remove a frame, you hold Shift and press F5 again. And press F5. So that's how I've basically made the shortcuts to, you know, add and subtract frames within keyframes. Okay, so 5 there again. Shift F5. Oh no, we need that. And okay, Shift F5 there. So 5, 10, 15, 20. So we're going to look at where this B here in particular is positioned. So we're going to go on the 6th frame, Control V, and we're going to try and align this to where it was. Okay, so, oops. This down a bit. Oops. Highlight again. That'll do. Okay. So, on this frame, we're going to transform the wings for them to be different, in a different position, so it's like as if their wings are fluttering, so flapping, so it's to indicate that it's flying. Okay, so as you can see already, and I'm going to copy this and paste it into frame number 11, and basically move, oh, dislocating its wing in the process of flying. Control T to transform and rotate. And copy into this frame, paste into the frame again, and I'll tell you what, we're going to add another blank keyframe right here. F5 to add another frame within a frame, and Shift F5 to subtract the frame within a keyframe. Okay. So we're going to copy this B, paste it, position it. I'm just briefly going through the function of creating the B because there is a lot more to cover in this video in general. Okay, so that was how. Right, I'm going to subtract this frame. Right. Okay, so that's to be created. Now we're gonna run it and show you. Yep, so that was how I animated the bee. And wasps. It looks a lot more active. Kinda looks like from this angle. Like that's it over here is the nose. It kinda looks like a sort of rabbit. That's what sort of looks like a bird with rabbit ears. But that was how I created the bees, as you can see in here. I did the same over here, and then the wasps. And as for the wasps, I did. Gave it different frames and different blank keyframes. So that was how I created the bee. So that was a bee. Now we're gonna get to coding this bee. So how I got it to move around. So I'm gonna minimize this. Try and find the frame. Okay, it's this one. So on this I added a function called onEnter. But first I've added an event listener up here on the top, where I had to make an enter frame with it inside the event, and I named it onEnter, and I had to specify this function by creating a function that will be called onEnter, and it's going to be an event. And how I made the controls for the bee is actually surprisingly simple. We've got b.x equals mouse x, b.y equals mouse y. So basically, how this is going to work is that when I move in the x-axis, so left and right, the bee will follow the mouse. So if I go to the left, then the bee will move left, and when I move right, the bee will move right. And as for the y-axis, it's going up and down. So if I move the mouse cursor up, the bee will go up, and if I move the mouse cursor down, then the bee will go down too. So we'll demonstrate. See? So it's going left and then right. It's following my cursor. As you can see, it's following it. Let's do it with circles. Alright, so then exit that. So that was how I got the bee to move. In the next video I will be explaining how I got the wasps to move, and how I got the wasps to move down. And if you noticed, when the game was running, when the wasps go down and reach the bottom, then they spawn in a different location. So as you can see in this output tab, you can see that it's generating different numbers, and I'm going to specifically show you why and how these numbers are generating and why they're generating in the next video. And the clue is where the wasps is spawning. So in the next development blog I will explain the process of the wasps moving into different, spawning into different areas of the grid.